Hi, I'm Janice. Today we're going to be talking about how do you teach cesarean sections, either in a private childbirth class, a group childbirth class, or else to a labor client. How do you teach it? I teach the same way if it's a whole classroom of people, or else if it's one pregnant mom and her partner, or else if it's a prenatal visit for a labor doula client. So we're going to get started on this. What we do is we talk about, in the childbirth class, we'll say, we're just going to list all the reasons why you think a cesarean would be necessary. We're not going to say yes or no. Just call out, and if it's just a one couple there, just tell me reasons why you think there'd be a cesarean. And so as they say these, I write them down. I don't say yes, no, I don't debate, don't talk, don't answer. I just write down what they say. And we don't say yes or no or whatever. So I wrote a list, and if I step back here some, you can see it's quite a list all the way down. And just to come closer so you can see some of what it is. And these are not written from a childbirth class, but these are all things that have been said in my childbirth classes or a labor doula client that I've been talking with. So the reasons were baby too big, cord around baby's neck, genital herpes, twins, STDs, failure to progress, past 40 weeks, mother's health, her heart, blood pressure, gestational diabetic, baby's health, AIDS, hepatitis C, doctor wants to leave. Sometimes they say the doctor wants to go play golf. They use some excuse for the doctor wanting to leave. Water broke for 24 hours, placenta previa, prolapse cord, breech, mother wants one, she's too posh to push, she's a smoker, mother is on drugs. And I've had them list a lot of other reasons too why they think there should be a section or not. After they've made this whole list, then we go through and I call out every single one, baby too big, cord on the baby's neck, and if they say yes or no, I write a Y or an N, or if I hear yeses and nos, we do a question mark. So here's the finished list with all of the Y's for yes, the N's for no, and the question mark if I've heard them say out loud. Some say yes, some say no, or they're not sure. They haven't decided yet. So then we go through, and so I'll say baby too big, and I'll hear the yes, so I'll put a Y. And let's go down to one that was a question mark. I heard yeses and nos on STD, so we put a question mark. And if we go down here to one that had a no, they agreed that there should not be a cesarean for AIDS, for Hep C, doctor wanting to leave. They questioned a couple of other ones. So then what we do is we go through them. So I'll show you what it looks like after we go through them. So when we come back and look at the board, it may look something like this. What's always interesting is that in every single class I've taught, someone has always said cord around baby's neck. And I never say anything until I start talking about it. I'll say, well, how do you know the cord's around the baby's neck? So then they realize that's wrong. So every time you see a line marked out, that means we talked about it and we realize that's a no. Having a baby too big is not a reason to have a cesarean. Cord around the baby's neck is not a reason to have a cesarean. So it goes on down. It gives you something to talk about, like genital herpes. If she has an outbreak of genital herpes, the answer is yes. If she does not have an outbreak, just because you have it does not mean you have to have a cesarean. And you know the reasons for all of these things. So we have the yeses, the ones that are the question mark. I left it with the STDs because in some places and with some people they think there should be cesareans, and it's a good way of starting a conversation about different STDs. Twins, you can talk about Europe and how over in Europe most twins are done vaginal. But for here in America, yes, for the most part, it will be a cesarean for twins, although I have known some people around the country who have had a vaginal birth with twins. So you go through the whole thing. And then what I do is after we've had all the cross outs and everything, I erase all the ones that are the ones that were not reasons for having a cesarean, and just leave the ones that really are the reasons why doctors really do cesareans. And if you look, the list just got a lot smaller about the reasons why most cesareans are done. There's a lot of cesareans done because the baby is just too big, they say. But the main reason is usually failure to progress, mother's health, the heart, blood pressure, gestational diabetic. There are sometimes because of baby's health, baby can't withstand labor, and they do need that. And the water breaking, placenta previa, placenta prolapse cord. Then you can talk about these different reasons and how even more of these reasons are not a reason to have a cesarean, but you can talk to your doctor about it. So you got rid of babies too big, and you have just the ones here that are there. Now, again, you can also talk about failure to progress and how just give me more time. And this should be probably the nut reason why you would have a cesarean. So after using the whiteboard and showing them all the different reasons, it doesn't take a very long time either, because time is precious in your classes and in your prenatal visits. You can get all that done. Then, depending upon if it's a private client, we show them a video of a cesarean if they want to see it. When we're teaching a full class, we actually do a mock cesarean section. We will do that on one of the videos we have coming up soon. I need about 10 people to do that. So when we have maybe the next training, maybe we'll have that on there. Hope this helps you in getting started on talking about cesareans with your clients and with your childbirth education clients, and being able to talk about cesareans and why most of them are not needed. The majority of them are not needed, and just a very small list. And in some parts of our country, that list is even smaller. And for our birthing center clients, even smaller. I hope this has helped you. If you have any information you want to give to me about what we talked about, please give it to me. All my information is down below. I'd love to hear from you. There's also some great articles out there about cesareans if you look online, and also with the group that you're certified with, that will help you to get more information about this. Also, make sure that you constantly are reading, and make sure it's evidence-based material, so you're always on the cutting edge of information you can give your clients. That's the best thing you can always do. Hope this has been a help. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.